I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. I'm the head coach for JobSearchCoachingHQ.com. And I wanted to do a video about what I know is the one thing that most job hunters really have trouble doing. Now, I want to give you credit, first of all. You're watching this video, you're listening to podcasts, you're doing stuff to try and figure it out. That is great. That puts you ahead of 25, well, actually, you're in the top 25% of job hunters by doing that. Really, because most people try to figure it out through trial and error. They don't try to learn. So, atta girl, atta boy, good job. But there's one thing that I think is really most effective to help a job search, and very few people do it. And what that is ask for help. Now, if that's a tough word for you, let's substitute the word support. It doesn't mean calling people up and saying, do you know a job for me? It doesn't mean, help, I'm begging you, please. No, it doesn't mean that at all. What it means is asking for advice, asking for stories, asking for input. For example, you're a recent grad, and how many people have you called up who graduated a year or two before you and asked how they found their jobs? Some of the stories may get repetitive. Oh, I went to a mixer, I went to a this or a that. Okay, and if you're doing that, you've affirmed that this is a good strategy. But you're also going to hear some different stories. And it doesn't take a lot of time to ask for that sort of support. If you're a more experienced person, you may have had a mentor along the way. You may have a colleague with another organization. And the idea becomes you can call them or schedule time for coffee or lunch and simply say, I want to talk to you for a little bit because I feel like I'm in an impasse. I'm looking for some advice about what I should be doing next. And that doesn't, did you hear the word job in there? You didn't say, I'm looking for a job. What I should be doing next. How did you find your role? What prompted you to step into this situation? You know a little bit about me. Where do you see me a few years from now? It's kind of like doing a 360 with someone who knows you and looking for input. Most of us spend a lot of our life trying to figure things out on our own. And we don't have a lot of time and then wonder why we wake up years later in the same position we were in before. We put ourselves in the position of being stuck. Asking for advice or asking for coaching or hiring a coach moves you out of the realm of being fixed in a situation. You're getting new inputs. It's easier because you're not doing the thinking. Someone else is offering their thoughts. And why does job search have to be hard? Why does it have to be difficult? Why does it have to take a long time? Well, in the first two, it's because you're trying to figure it out on your own and you're not an expert at that. In the latter case, why does it take a long time? Well, it's pretty simple. You don't have a lot of time and you have limited inputs to work with. So again, it comes down to you don't have to figure it out. There are people who have been ahead of you in the process who you could ask for advice. And then from there, they start thinking about places that they could introduce you to, people that they know. And you can ask them, thank you, this has been great. Is there someone else I could speak with that you could point me to? I'm not looking for a job. I'm not going to beg for a job with them. Like with you, I'm looking for some advice about how to move forward to my next step. And thus from there, you're engaging in conversations, meeting more people. And since the statistics are 70% of jobs are filled through networking, and of that 70% of them, or 49%, are filled as a result of introductions to people who your network knows who you don't. You start to extend your universe more broadly. So I hope you found this helpful. If you're looking for advice and counsel and coaching throughout your search, or in making a transition to a new career, or in moving to another organization, reach out to me. My website is thebiggamehunter.us. My email address is jeffaltman@thebiggamehunter.us. And I'll simply say that I don't work for free, quite obviously. I do charge for what I do, but it will help you take less time in the search, help you interview more effectively, help you with negotiations. I critique resumes and LinkedIn profiles too. There's a lot that I do that will support you with your search. Hope you have a great day. Oh, I forgot to mention, connect with me on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/IN/the Big Game Hunter. Now, have a great day. Take care.